Just looking through sort of Instagram today. Trying to think of a strategy. And one thing I noticed that I haven't talked about, which is something really weird, and it happens especially with the women out there, not to pick on you. It's the way Instagram gets used and how it's used completely reverse ass backwards wrong. Everybody is doing the same thing, and that means you're competing with other people for attention. And because everyone's doing the same thing, or you're doing the same thing as other people on your Instagram, you're hitting absolutely nobody, okay? And people are out there like, yeah, I want followers, look at my cute face, here I'm posing by a bridge, and here I'm posing in a restaurant, and I ate this today. And you don't have a unique angle or a pillar, okay? Your face and how hot you are, or what you had for dinner, is not a unique angle. It's the same as everybody else, so it's not gonna hit anybody. It's funny that everyone's all about the followers. It's guys too, I notice it with a lot of people, but girls invest, I think, a lot more time on the Instagram, and from people I know and what I see, they seem to care about followers more. And you gotta ask, what is the end game? Like, why are you stressing over followers if you have no end game? Your end game can't be that you just want to be famous for being cute, because it's just going to be impossible. Okay, you got more chance of being, struck by lightning 3 times than hitting it big in, in the kind of fame, model, actor kind of way. Some people, especially girls again, sorry to pick on you, are even going out there and paying for fake likes and fake comments. And it's obvious because you scroll down the feed and you'll see the same comment. Like you'll see like 2 hearts and a thumbs up and a sunglasses smiley. Good job, yeah. And you'll see the same one like 11 messages down and then 5 messages down. And it's really obvious. What you need to do to have a more effective Instagram that you can have good end game from, e.g. monetize and just be part of or a primary contributor to a niche or a community, is to find something that you like, produce content around that, and then your Instagram becomes part of that ecosystem of who you are and your identity online. So let's say you like dogs, or you have a poodle, right? You can write about that, you can make videos about that on YouTube, and then you become this expert talking about poodles or whatever on YouTube. It's the niche that is gonna draw people to be attracted to you and follow you, but then it's you who's gonna keep them there. It's gonna keep people interested, and that's because of the psychological bias called the liking bias, okay? If you like somebody, you will follow what they do, follow what they say. It's a subconscious thing, it's powerful. I remember I was learning how to dance. I was a dancer for 10 years. I taught it in class when I was, about 10 years ago. And I remember I used to watch people online dancing, and I had favorite dancers that I would, try to mimic or, learn from. And but you never saw them talk, right? But you already liked them. So maybe like one day there'd be an interview with one of these dancers, and it would come up, and they could be like pretty boring in person, their thing is they dance. Their thing is not that they have great personalities. But still, you'd be drawn to that interview. You'd be like, I want to know who this person is. And that's another way you can use Instagram. You can be the expert on pizza, on YouTube, and then show your behind the scenes life on Instagram. Now that behind the scenes life might be you taking selfies, and it might be you walking your dog and you eating food. Exactly the same appearance on the surface to those people just taking selfies. But the massive difference is this person has what I like to call a pillar of value, which is that they're the pizza guy who already have an engaged community, and you're just this person taking selfies. You don't have that thing that is drawing people in. The only people who are getting drawn into you is people who are like, oh, you're pretty cute, okay? Which can trigger success, but shit, you are competing on the highest, the most competitive market in the world, competing on looks. Are you serious? You need to think about that, okay? that's difficult, especially if you're not putting in any work, especially if you're not signed to a modeling agency or you're not getting gigs on TV. If you're just girl on Instagram or boy on Instagram taking selfies of yourself, why are you worried about followers, likes, comments, if there's no end game besides the fact that you have kind of a wish people would admire you for your looks? You should do one or two things. One, be yourself, but stop worrying about likes and followers. Or two, even better, find something that you're good at, that you like, you're passionate about, create content around that, and attract people who have that common interest as you. Become a contributor to a niche and a community, and that's going to get more followers than you'll ever need. And some of them might even see you as an expert, and then later down the line you might release something and you have engaged true fans and followers who will buy from you because they've gotten to know you over time. The liking bias has kicked in. That's how you get followers, and that's how you monetize through online social media platforms and YouTube and blogs. Food for thought.